Hey guys, how are you? Let me grab my bowl. You know me, I make this already before you get here, so I had to wash my bowl. So, let me dry it real quick. How's everybody tonight? Let's make some cookies. So, this recipe, I found this recipe, and I've made chocolate chip cookies before, but this is so easy that I was like, I have to share this. So they're still in the oven. I just needed to cook them a little bit longer. So I thought I'd show you. Hi, Tanya. I'm sure you already know how to make chocolate chip cookies, but this recipe is super easy. So I'm gonna just jump into it. My recipe's over on the table, so I'm gonna just wing it. All right, so I'm gonna do half. The recipe is above, and so what I'm doing is half of what you will normally do. You'll do a full batch. You don't have to though. If it's just for one person or just for a snack, do a half a batch. So that's gonna be 1 egg. And then it's a half a cup of butter. And so you're going to, hey girl. She makes the best food. Oh, you're so sweet. So it's a half a cup of butter, and I use Kerrygold because it's the best. But you want to melt it and then let it cool. Because if you dump it in here with the egg hot, it's going to cook the egg. So you don't want that. And then it's 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. That stuff is the best, of course. So easy. I did a TikTok with it earlier. So I've been playing with TikTok. How many can you eat? All of them, of course. So you know me, I'm lazy keto. I do not track. So if you're tracking, then I would put all the ingredients in your app, and then it'll tell you how many you can eat. Because it'll really depend on where you've been for the day, right? I'm lazy keto, so I don't track. So I don't overindulge in anything. I would have maybe 1 or 2 of these at night after dinner, but they don't have any carbs in them to speak of. Everything is sugar-free or keto-friendly, okay? So you don't have to worry about it, babe. You're gonna have a tiny little bit. So this is pure vanilla. Making sure you guys are checking the back of your labels. So everything in here is very low carb, so don't worry about it. You're gonna be fine. But if you're using an app, then I would just put it in your app. Put everything that I am putting in this or that's above in your app, and then you'll know exactly how many cookies, right? There's how many carbs, how many cookies can I have, that thing. I like it, yeah. And I keep my carbs as low as I can, but because I don't track and I just don't, it's just too much for me. I'm too busy to track, so I did it first. And when I coach somebody who's just starting, I always say for the first 30 days, you should track and use an app, track it, and then once you're comfortable at that point, if you don't want to track, don't track. You'll know how many you can have, and you'll know where you're at with your carbs just by what you're normally eating, because we tend to eat the same things, right? And so all of my recipes are very low in carbs. You're going to find that because I either cook low carb or keto. So this is truly keto, but 90% of the time I do low carb. So as you're popping on, tell me, are you low carb or are you keto? So I whisked all the wet ingredients together. Now we're gonna put the dry ingredients into a separate bowl and then mix it. If you're low carb keto, let me know. And then also share this video out. So I've been out of Facebook jail for a while, and I'm so happy about that. That is such a pain. So almond flour is what I like. You could use coconut flour if you really wanted to, but this recipe calls for almond. But honestly, coconut flour probably would taste okay because it has that coconut flavor, right? All right, I'm gonna pull these out. I don't know if you can see those, but they are good. They're gonna burn my mouth though. And then I use monk fruit, and it's in this bag just because my other bag kind of fell apart. So that's the one I like, but there's so many different kinds. There's Swerve and so many different kinds. My favorite is monk fruit because I don't like that funny aftertaste. So I always tend to go with the monk fruit, and it's pretty reasonable. You can find it on either they have a website themselves, or you can find it on let's see, Amazon carries it, Walmart sometimes has it, Costco sometimes, if you're lucky, has it. So our dry ingredients was pink Himalayan salt, the almond flour, and the sugar substitute of your choice. Okay, and I think that's it for dry. I'm trying to look around because I don't have the recipe here. So now we whisked our eggs, our heavy cream, and our vanilla. So we're gonna add the dry ingredients to that. Oh, and butter's in there too, you guys. You gotta have butter, right? Can't forget the butter. And then we're just gonna fold that in and not over mixing always. Wow, those are pretty decent cookies. I know, right? I, of course, made them nice and big. But that is really the recipe that I found. So I follow a lot of people, of course, you guys, just like you guys do. And this was one of the easiest cookie recipes I've seen. So why not? Okay, so I folded that all in. And then we're gonna add our lily chips. And I'm adding a little more than, it calls for 3/4 cups on a full. This is a half, and I'd added just a little bit more. But they're sugar-free. So they're sweetened with stevia, I believe. So, folding that in there, super easy. And then you're just gonna drop them onto your pan. And I'm not gonna show you that because I need to empty my pan. So, this is what it looks like. And that's a half a batch, okay? And you can make them as big or as small as you want, all right? So let's get one of these yummy goodness. And I'm gonna burn my mouth, I'm pretty sure. So, there we are. Look at how good that looks. And I like the chips, so I always make sure I add just a tiny little bit more. So that's the inside. They're super flaky, but they don't fall apart. Sometimes you make cookies and they just fall apart in your hand. I made those ones with the coconut and the chocolate and they fell apart in my hand. They were delicious, but the texture of them or the consistency of them, not so great. So as you're hopping on, share this out, okay? I don't want to get in Facebook jail. I'm coming live every day for the summer. Well, every day but Saturday and Sunday. So Monday through Friday. So, but I'm going to get in Facebook jail if hey girl. Okay. That tastes just like a normal cookie. It's so good. Wow. And they're warm. They're so good. I'm not even kidding you. This tastes just like a normal cookie. So you would never know that we kind of fudged the ingredients and made them doable for our lifestyle, right? So, what I would suggest is you eat them warm because they are delicious. But just like anything, so with stuff like this, one thing that I would recommend you guys do is put them in some kind of Ziploc or something and keep them in the fridge. Because the ingredients that we're using, there's not a lot of preservatives. So to make them last longer, put them in the fridge, okay? And you can also freeze them. So a lot of times I'll make fat bombs or stuff, and you come on over. I'm gonna be hair paint. Huh? Yes, I painted my hair. What are you talking about? Or do I need some? Anyway, I think my friend Bronson is kind of being naughty right now because I have gray hair. I'm not quite sure. But, so, Candy, I'm going to be by your house soon. And we're going to get together and make cookies. How about that sound? All right, you guys. I love you so, so much. I have to go to a meeting here in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to let you go so I can make the rest of these cookies. And I will be back tomorrow. We're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about tomorrow? Oh, gosh, just stuff like energy and consistency and all those different things. So tomorrow is going to be right after work, and then the busy weekend, and I'll be back on Monday. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow. And if you could, if you're not already following me, touch my nose, follow. And did everyone get their text? And if you want a text, so what I do about 10 minutes before I go live, I send out a text and I say, hey guys, this is what I'm cooking, or this is what we're talking about. If you want to be involved, jump on. If you don't, I'll see you later. All right, love you guys.